football fans, and welcome to Philly. I'm Lisa Kerney. You're watching FanDuel TV's More Ways to Win, holding it down this week in the FanDuel Sportsbook in live casino and hotel Philadelphia. We are so excited to bring you the energy of this awesome city as we get ready for Championship Sunday. The live casino hotel Philadelphia is just about a half-mile away from Lincoln Financial Field, where the Eagles will host the 49ers for a chance to go to the Super Bowl. Philly fans, this is the place to watch and wager on your Eagles. And you know the FanDuel Sportsbook is going to be hype on Sunday for the big game. We are so pumped to be here. We're going to break down all the angles of the Eagles and 49ers matchup, as well as the Chiefs and Bengals, of course. And these are the guys to get you ready to bet it. Same lineup as always. Our sports betting expert, Dave Weaver, former NFL wideout and Super Bowl champion James Jones, sports talk radio host Andrew Fillipponi, and the face of Marquee Sports Network, our NFL expert, Cole Wright. Team is here, guys. Championship weekend is ahead of us. Let's kick this thing off. More Ways to Win starts now. And let's, of course, start right here with the NFC in Philly. The early game on Sunday. This, guys, the Niners at Eagles, kickoff 3 p.m. Eastern time. Philly coming off that dominating performance against the Giants on both sides of the ball. Offense racked up 268 yards on the ground on the way to that 38-7 win. But the 49ers D ranks second in rushing defense and has led San Francisco to 12 straight wins, including that 19-12 win over the Cowboys last weekend. So, guys, let's do what we do. Let's bet this thing. Dave, Pony, James, the Eagles are giving 2.5 points in this matchup. Let's get your picks. And, Pony, you're starting us off today. What you got?
Well, I think the 49ers are starting to discover that Brock Purdy has been able to keep them afloat and then some, but the mystique and magic of some of the regular season games not carrying over, at least not to the Dallas game. They scored one touchdown. Purdy had, for him, pedestrian stats. And now here comes an Eagles defense that led the league in sacks with 70, which was 15 more than anybody else. It's going to be an intimidating environment for Purdy on the road in that hostile Lincoln Financial Field scenario, Lisa, that you're not that far away from. And I just don't trust the last pick in the draft to get the job done there. It's also, Dave, a very vulnerable 49ers pass defense. Lisa gave the great rushing defense stat, but they were 20th against the pass. And I think Jalen Hurts looked healthy. He will exploit that in this game. Take the Eagles.
It's not too late to just admit you were wrong about the guy, Pony. Every time he covers, you find a reason to say, well, he's really not that good. He is that good. They've won every single game since Brock Purdy's taken over. They're 6-1 against the spread. The one game that they didn't cover, he put up 37 points against the Raiders. So he's finding a way to get it done. That's the bottom line. Jalen Hurts is one game against the Niners, 12 for 23, that should say, for 190 yards and no touchdowns. That's nothing. If he gets it done, it's probably going to be on the ground. Since Brock Purdy has taken over, the Niners' point differential is plus 106. The next best is 29 points away at plus 77, and that's the Eagles. So I just think that you're continuing to find ways to bash Purdy when he's better than you give him credit for. And James, we know this. You watch the tapes. The Eagles aren't all that. And I'm glad I'm in LA because I might, if I with Lisa, get some tomatoes thrown at me right now or other items.
You know what? This is one of those times right here to where I'm not really looking at the tape, man. Maybe I need to go look at some more film because I'm not looking at the tape because I'm with Pony on this one. I do not understand how they go into Philly and win this ball game with Brock Purdy. And what I mean by that is they beat the Dallas Cowboys strictly off defense. He scored one touchdown. If he scores one touchdown in Philly, they are going to walk out of there with a loss. I know the Niners defense is big time. That's the reason why they beat the Cowboys, taking the ball over, able to stop the run, especially after Tony Pollard went out. But the 49ers are in trouble. I've been in Philly in a hostile environment in a playoff game. It is going to be rocking out there. Pony mentioned, you're talking about 70 sacks. that is big time. That tells me that Brock Purdy is going to be under pressure all game long. How is he going to respond? He wasn't even under a lot of pressure in Dallas, against the Cowboys. And like I said, he scored 1 touchdown. This is going to be his biggest outing. Last week, the Dallas Cowboys I think they said was the only winning team they played with a solid defense. This one you're playing is a really good team, and you're on the road. I think Brock Purdy's and these Niners are in big, big trouble. The way Philly played last week, I told you guys the last show, the first one, it's hard to get. And they played lights out and beat the brakes off the Giants. So this one here, I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I see the Eagles riding in this one.
Yeah, you talk about on the road, and you're going all the way across the country to a very hostile environment. Again, about half mile from where I'm standing right now in Lincoln Financial Field. Guys, you know this. In addition to betting the spread, you can also get in on some very fun prop bets. So, Cole, this is all you. Let's bring you into the mix here and get a couple of rapid-fire prop bet picks. We're going to start with the guy who drives this Eagles machine. You're going to go over or under 234.5 passing yards for Jalen Hurts.
Well, we say in those 15 games he played in this year, he had 7 with 243 plus, and in those games, 13 touchdowns. And all 7 of those games, they resulted in Eagles wins. Now, 35 touchdowns during the regular season, 22 of them, and they were of the passing variety. This Eagles team, they're going to be all around the board when it comes to the offense. So I think he's going to throw for a lot. And by the way, he averages 246 plus per game. So Jalen Hurts, when it comes to his passing yards, just go with the over. Just listen to me. I've been good as gold on some of these props, Lisa.
It's cash money I've been talking about. It's wearing my green color of money over here. All right, let's get to the guy who has the most fun playing football in all of the NFL. 49ers tight end, led the team with 96 receiving yards last week. Are you going over or under 44.5 receiving yards for George Kittle this week?
Well, I like to call him GKO because he channels a WWE wrestler every time he steps out there on the field. And once upon a time, he did an interview with me in training camp shirtless. So, you know, he's all about it. But it's playoffs. He's been a mixed bag so far, and only 6 games, Lisa, this year with more than 44.5 yards. But he was a touchdown machine, and he's been a little dry in that department over the last few games. So I think he's going to rack up the yards. He's going to find pay dirt. He's due for both. So go with both of those. George Kittle with the over.
He's going to have to catch everything that comes his way to give his team a chance here in Philly. All right, great stuff, Cole. Thank you. All right, guys, let's get to the AFC Championship game, and this is another great matchup that absolutely terrifies me. All eyes are on Patrick Mahomes and, of course, his progress after he suffered that high ankle sprain early in the Chiefs' 27-20 win over the Jags. Unbelievably, we saw him finish out that game, clearly limited. And for a very mobile quarterback, his health is a massive question mark coming into this one. He did practice this week, which is encouraging to Chiefs fans, because on the other side, these Bengals have ice in their veins after dominating the Bills last week, and to set up this matchup with the Chiefs, a team they've now beaten 3 times in a row. Guys, one of those Bengals wins was against Kansas City, Week 13 in Cincinnati, and another was last year's AFC Championship game in Kansas City. This line opened Kansas City as a favorite. The Bengals are now a 1-point favorite on the road. Pony, take me into this game. What's your mindset here as you bet this one?
Like that Tom Brady meme. By the end of this game, we're going to be like this: 4 fingers up in the air, because it'll be 4 straight wins. Sorry, Lisa, for the Bengals over the Chiefs. I can't wait to hear James's take on this, because this high ankle sprain thing, Mahomes is acting like, oh, I'm fine, I'll be good to go. It is at best a 4 to 6 week injury. When it's really bad, it's surgery in 6 months. I just refuse to believe that we're going to see Mahomes magic running around. I don't care what they shoot him up with. I know guys that have missed months with this injury, so I don't know. Unless he's Superman, I think he's going to be compromised. And even when he's at his best, this Bengals defense does not get enough credit. Lou Amarino shut this guy down in the second half of the AFC Championship game. No touchdowns last year. Held him to 24 points this year. The Bengals are going back to the Super Bowl with a win in Kansas City, Cole.
Well, I'll tell you what, Pony. Dr. David Chow, once upon a time, he told me that Patrick Mahomes has loose muscles. He heals a lot quicker than anyone else, so maybe we'll see a Terrell Owens situation when he played in the Super Bowl with that busted leg, but that's here nor there. I'm looking at his resume, and in his 12 postseason games, 9-3. And 2 of those 3 losses, well, they've been one-score games. And this season, Patrick Mahomes and his Kansas City Chiefs, they were 7-3 in one-score contests. And, of course, he's looking to keep it close and get Joe Burrow off of his back. And in order to do so, that offensive line, they're going to have that banner day. And so will Isaiah Pacheco, because this dude's averaging just a skosh under 73 rushing yards per game over his last 10. And you combine that with Travis Kelce, who's out there thriving, living his best life, who, oh, by the way, I said would go over on receiving yards versus Jacksonville, and he did. He's going to look to add to his Hall of Fame playoff career numbers. 14 touchdowns, 1,389 yards. Kansas City, they're going to be legendary in this one, and they're going to have to beat Joe Burrow and company 34-27. You take it to the bank.
You know what, Cole? You know, it's hard to get out the pass, Cole. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get out the pass, but the Kansas City Chiefs are in trouble, man. They are in big trouble. And number one, I mean, Pony said it. He can't mess with JoJo Burrow on 2 healthy ankles. You think he going to mess with JoJo Burrow on 1 healthy ankle? It's not going to happen. The Cincinnati Bengals, I told you guys last week, I will never go against JoJo Burrow. He just knows how to win. That's no knock to Patrick Mahomes. He's won a lot of games, too, been at a couple Super Bowls as well. But JoJo Burrow has that Tom Brady effect, that winning effect. When he steps on the football field, they believe they can win, and they've been winning, especially when they play the Kansas City Chiefs. They have their number right now, JoJo Burrow and these Bengals. And, Pony, I played with a high ankle sprain. It is nothing to be played with. And when you step on the field, you are not at your best. I promise you, Patrick Mahomes will step out there, but he will not be the Patrick Mahomes that we are used to seeing. These high ankle sprains will linger for a very long time. And, yes, you're right. Some of them will require surgery, and if he keeps playing on it, he probably will need some surgery at the end of the game. And kudos to him for sticking in the game to be out there for his teammates. But this is the last straw. It's the last straw. JoJo Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, they're coming in the building. I don't even know a team that's been favored with Patrick Mahomes under center coming into Kansas City in the playoffs. I don't know when that last one was. This is going to be a big-time game for JoJo Burrow, and they're going to send Patty Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs home.
Yeah, the book knows it. +1 for KC at home, James.
And that's why you're not wearing red, Lisa. You know it too. You know it too.
Hey, I'm looking at the NFC. I'm like, hey, I'm here in Philly. I'm gonna wear a little green for the Eagles. Show a little thanks for welcoming us here. Dave, I got to get to you. Got to get your pick on a couple of prop bets here, and we have to focus on these stud quarterbacks we've talked so much about and so much more to say. Let's start with over under 1.5 passing touchdowns for JoJo Burrow.
1.5. I mean, he's played the Bengals. He's played the Chiefs 3 times. He has 8 touchdowns in those games, 4, 2, and 2. So he's hit that number every single time. I don't see why this game is going to be any different. He'll get at least 2. I'm going over.
All right, let's go with Patrick Mahomes. Remember, limited with that high ankle sprain. Over or under 275. It's 279.5 passing yards.
Really tough to play Mahomes on any prop because you really don't know if he's going to make it through the first quarter. He's going to try. I just can't do it. Even a healthy Mahomes, he's only hit this number last 3 games against the Bengals 1 time. So I just don't think he's going to be able to escape the pocket like we normally see. That's how he gets most of his yards. More short passes. I'm going under.
Okay. Great stuff, Dave. Thank you so much. You can make those bets right now on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. And 2 huge games ahead of us, in addition to betting the spread or player props, which you can do right now. You can also win part of a $10,000 prize pool just by answering a few questions about these championship games ahead of us on Sunday. It is free to enter. Thank you, GMC. Been with us all season long. And the GMC Sierra Mountain Climber Pick'em contest is going on right now. To enter, just log on to FanDuel.com/free/contest/GMC Mountain Climber and answer questions about these 2 matchups. The more you get right, the higher you're going to move up the mountain. Fans who get every answer right will reach the summit and win a share of the $10,000 prize paid in site credit. Thanks for playing along with us all season long. It is Championship Sunday. Eyes on the prize. Team, make sure to enter the free GMC Sierra Mountain Climber Pick'em contest. It is going on right now. And you got to get in and sign up before kickoff on Sunday. As always, have fun and good luck. We're rolling on here on More Ways to Win, and we're bringing in our special guest to give his expert analysis on this weekend's 2 games on Sunday. Chad Millman is the Chief Content Officer of the Action Network. He has done all the research for you and for us. Chad, hey, it's Championship Sunday. Got to get your best bets for these 2 games. When you look at the board, Chad, what are you most excited about? What's your number 1 best bet?
All right, so right now I'm looking at the under in the Bengals and the Chiefs. And a caveat here, this line opened at 51.5 on Sunday night as soon as the matchup was set. I bet the under then. Obviously, it's gone down considerably, and it was fascinating to watch the markets move on Sunday night as the news about Mahomes became a little bit more clear on how bad the injury was. This thing dropped from 51.5 all the way down to 46.5. It's now hovering around 47.5. The floor of what I would bet the under at on this is 47. And if we think about the Bengals right now, they've beaten Mahomes 3 times in a row when he is healthy. This is a team whose defense is not getting enough credit, and it's the reason why they've been so hot the past couple months in the NFL. 6th in the NFL in yards per play allowed, 5th in red zone touchdown percentage. Those are key factors when you're talking about stopping a Kansas City offense. Also, and we talked about this last week when we liked the under in the Chiefs game, Andy Reid historically at home, the numbers are inflated to the over. So you're playing a bet here that historically goes to the under.
Okay, good stuff there. Let's hear your second favorite bet for this weekend's games.
All right, so the other one is I like the Eagles to beat up the 49ers. The line is at 2.5 right now. Again, this is another one that got steamed up as soon as it opened. It opened at pick. It got bid up to 2. It's been hovering around 2.5 the past couple days. Most wise guys have this power rated as Eagles -3, so you're still getting a little bit of value. Everyone loves Brock Purdy. He's been amazing in his starts, 16 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, including the playoffs. But he looked very mediocre against the Cowboys the other day. He's also been sacked 16 times in his starts, and he's facing a pass rush in the Eagles that is unlike anything he's seen so far this season. And also, by the way, going on the road for only the 3rd time. And it's not like he's going to Vegas, right? He's going to Philly. That is a terrible, nasty place to play, especially if you're a rookie who has barely played this season, as an underdog in a title game to go to the Super Bowl. And one other thing I would say, not enough credit given to the rushing game for the Eagles, which is historically dominant. So you're talking about a team that can control the line of scrimmage on defense and has the potential to control the line of scrimmage on offense. I like the Eagles as 2.5-point favorites.
Yeah, that one could get ugly if Purdy is not upright in that game. Awesome stuff, Chad. You can get more of Chad's insight by listening to the Favorites podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Also, make sure to download the Action Network app for expert picks, live scores, and stats. Thank you, Chad. Now, we roll on here on More Ways to Win, and we are excited to be bringing you the show from the heart of Philadelphia inside the FanDuel Sportsbook here. The party is always on here at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. So let's match the energy with our own same game parlay partay. Dave, see what I did there, Pony? This is your time to shine. Welcome to the party. Give me your same game parlay winner. And Dave, you're up first. You've got the NFC Niners Eagles. All you, floor is yours.
Yeah, when you go to FanDuel Sportsbook and click on a game, you can click on Same Game Parlay, and it's going to list all the different things you can choose from. The first thing you'll see is the game itself with the spread or the money line and the total. I'm just going to go with who's going to win this game, and for me, that's the San Francisco 49ers. So they're plus 120 in the money line. I'll start there. You could also say who's going to score touchdowns, who's going to get this amount of yards. But I'm going to start with a couple of guys that I think get into the end zone from the backfield. Christian McCaffrey for the 49ers should get, might even score first, but he should get an early touchdown to put the Niners on the board. And then as far as the Bengals go, I like to go to the running back. You know, anytime you get inside the 5-yard line, chances are the running back is the one that's going to punch it in. So Joe Mixon also to get into the I'm sorry. Let me switch that to Jalen Hurts. Let's just take the other side. I'm talking about the wrong game. I do like mixing, by the way, Pony, when you're talking about yours. But Jalen Hurts is going to have a big game, not in the air, I don't think so much, but on the ground. He's going to punch one in, and I'll talk about his yardage later. But let's start with Kenneth Gainwell. This is the first time ever that a guy got over 100 yards in the previous game, and his total's 10.5. Yeah, he's not going to get the same amount of carries in this game, but last year when he played the Niners, he had 14 yards. He's going to get at least 11, right? So I'm going to take Gainwell over. My key to this is Jalen Hurts to have a big game on the ground. He played the Niners last year and ran for 82 yards. I'm buying this up. This is what's called an alternate rushing yards, where I think he's going to get 80. You can pick 50, 60, 70. I think he'll get 80. Look at those odds, plus 430. That's why it jumps up to now my $20 is over $1,900. Let's close it out with a couple more things yardage-wise. Christian McCaffrey, if he scores, maybe he busts a big one. I need him to get 80 yards as well. He's playing with a little bit of a banged-up calf last week. I think he's good to go this week. He's going to get more usage. He's going to get those 80 yards. Let's end it with Deebo Samuel. I'm taking him in two different forms here. I think he's going to get the ball in the air, get 60 yards, but on the ground, there's also a rushing prop. His total for rushing is 21.5. The two times that he's played the Eagles, he's got 8 and 10 yards. If he goes under and the other 7 things happen, almost $12,000, Lisa. And Joe Mixon, by the way, I will add him in some way, shape, or form, but that's the other game.
That you dug deep on that eight-legger. I love it. A monster payout there. Those $20. Pony, you've got the AFC. Let's see what you can match. Give us your same-game parlay for the Bengals-Chiefs matchup.
Yeah, and I was largely ridiculed and deadpanned on the show last week because my parlay was too small. So I have heeded the advice of the critics, and now I have a real Dave will get out of bed for this parlay. Joe Burrow. Okay, I can't like the Bengals in this game and go against Burrow. He's going to be the engine. He's going to be the catalyst for a Bengals victory in Kansas City. So I'm going to start with him going over his passing yards prop. So now let's do some deductive reasoning here. Let's use some logic. Let's apply some rational thought to this. If he's going to go over passing yards, he's going to throw the ball to his top targets. So let's add in Jamar Chase receiving yards over. And then my man T. Higgins, who had a great Super Bowl last year and is an underrated player, a #1 wide receiver in his own right. I'm going to take him to go over. So now I'm going to throw in some anti-Chiefs bets. Sorry, Lisa. If the Bengals are going to win this game, they've got to contain or control Travis Kelce, who was a beast in the divisional round. But guess what? When they played earlier this year, he was under 60 receiving yards. Look at that prop for this game. It's 77.5. I'll go under that. I'm going to throw in a guy named Noah Gray. Why would Patrick Mahomes want to throw the ball to this guy? I don't know. He's anonymous. He's not very good. I'm going to go under the very low prop for him. And then the last one is, I think Kansas City will be trailing for most of the game. So I don't think Isaiah Pacheco is going to get going on the ground. I'll go under with him. You add that up, Dave. Is this better? $20. You collect over $740. Is that okay with you? Does that work?
That is better. And Lisa, one of the things about his play, he doesn't pick who's winning. Even though he's making it seem like since he has to win, Chiefs could win and all that stuff could still happen, Pony. So I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you had me at Noah Gray. You had me at Noah Gray, Pony. Well done. Great stuff by you guys. Love the creativity. Look at that and the massive odds right there. Go ahead and tail Dave or Pony or head to the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Do you. I say that every single week. Make your own same game parlay and watch your odds skyrocket. It's the FanDuel Sportsbook app right now going on. And FanDuel is offering customers a no-sweat same game parlay for this weekend's games. That means you'll get bonus bets back if you don't win. All you have to do is place the same game parlay of at least 3 legs that has odds of plus 400 or longer. If your bet loses, you're going to get a refund in bonus bets. You must opt in and limit 1 eligible wager per person. So make sure to download the app and take advantage of this no-sweat same game parlay. It's going on right now. And hey, up next, we're getting our guys' Super Bowl picks. But first, I have to take a moment to give a huge shout out to the people here at the Live Casino Hotel Philadelphia. They've been so welcoming to the More Ways to Win team. And if you're in the area, make sure you check it out. You've got to get to this place. It is brand new. They're just about to celebrate their 2-year anniversary. It is located in the heart of Philly Stadium District. Features more than 500,000 square feet of gaming, hotel, dining, entertainment space with slot machines, live action table games, a poker room, so much more. I've been checking out the scene since I've been here. And of course, you can watch and wager on your favorite teams here in the FanDuel Sportsbook, featuring 24 TVs and a 52-foot LED display. So Eagles fans, make your way here to the Live Casino Hotel Philadelphia for an amazing experience. You will not be disappointed. This is where you want to be, especially on Championship Sunday. And just a couple of minutes left in this show, so let's get some quick picks from the Super Bowl winner and Super Bowl MVP. I know what you guys care about. Philly fans, your Eagles are the favorite. Dave and James, give me your pick. Who is winning the Super Bowl?
They were all chanting
They're
Lisa.
the odds right there
you
on
got
your
your
screen.
own fan club there. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bengals. I think the Bengals get through this week, and then they're going to end up beating the Niners in the Super Bowl.
I'm with you, Dave. I'm taking Joe Burrow, like I've been saying all show. The Cincinnati Bengals get back to the Super Bowl, and this time they win that thing.
Okay, same drill. This time we're going to move to the Super Bowl. You threw me off there, James. All right, Super Bowl MVP. Eagles are the favorite. So it makes sense. You're sitting there looking at Jalen Hurts, the current favorite to win MVP. Pony, I'm bringing you in here for this one. Who do you like in this race?
You guys know me. I don't like to just bet chalk with these. So give me Joe Mixon. If it's a big passing day, Burrow is going to win, not the receivers. If they have a bunch of rushing yards and rushing touchdowns, Mixon will be the guy. They've rode him before. 85-1, Cole, on that prop.
All right, well, Lisa, you're going to like the way this one sounds because I told you at the top that Patrick Mahomes in the postseason, 12-3. Well, at season's end, 14-3, plus 330. Not going to give you a whole bunch of return on your investment, but you'll be feeling pretty good as you walk away from that window with a few bucks in your hands. Patrick Mahomes, he's going to get it done. Second Super Bowl championship, you can count on it.
All right, so here's the deal. I wore green because we're in Philadelphia, and I wanted to give a nod to the Eagles and these awesome Philly fans who've been so welcoming. But really, the truth is this. I am saving my red for next week when we are talking about the Chiefs heading to the Super Bowl, I believe, to play these Philadelphia Eagles. But that's just my take. All right, you guys, again, thank you so much to Live Casino and Hotel for having us here, for welcoming our team and our show, for doing the whole thing. Hey, the hotel, by the way, it is amazing. 12 stories. You're a half mile away from Lincoln Financial Field. If you can get here and enjoy the casino and enjoy this sports book, you will not be disappointed. And that'll do it for us. It's a wrap. The conference championship round is here. Enjoy these games. Good luck with your bets. We're going to see you right back here to get you ready for Super Bowl Sunday next week and the weeks ahead. Enjoy, everybody. Good luck with your bets.